Welcome to the 2021 NBA Free Agency live show here on the Basketball Zone Cowbell Kingdom YouTube channel. I'm your host, Leo Biaz. So much has happened in the last 45 minutes. I was thinking, you know what? I'm going to do one by one. But then all these tweets from Shams and Woj just started popping off, and I was like, oh, hell nah. There's no way I'm going to keep up, so let's do a live show while the first 2 hours are just fireworks. Get your popcorn ready, man. There's a lot of news to go over in the last 45 minutes. Free agency started at 3 p.m. Pacific time. We're here, man. We're breaking it all down on this screen. But before we do it, make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Have your notifications turned on because you're going to want to do that. Trust me. If you haven't checked out our videos from yesterday, the Charlotte Hornets and the Houston Rockets NBA draft analysis videos, pretty much, I was super excited, super impressed with what the Rockets did. I was also impressed with what the Charlotte Hornets did. But there is a lot of news to break down right now. And the first thing that we're going to do, how's everybody doing, by the way? Hopefully everybody is well. The first thing that we're going to do is show the iPad and show the first tweet, which was 43 minutes ago, right? And that was Lonzo Ball landing a 4-year, $85 million deal with the Chicago Bulls in a sign-and trade, which ended up being, as Shams reported, it was Sanarowski and it was somebody else. But yeah, what a hell of a deal. I broke it down in the Chicago Bulls video, quick live. It was like 5 minutes, and then all these tweets started to bombard. But Lonzo Ball with the Chicago Bulls makes so much sense. You now have a really nice trio, and Vucevic, Zach LaVine, and Lonzo Ball, the perfect point guard to get everybody facilitated, right? And to put everybody in the right situations to succeed. I think Lonzo Ball does that. You also have Kobe White as well, which will come off the bench, lead that second unit, be that energy bringer that you need off the bench. He can score, he can facilitate. Not as good as a facilitator as Lonzo, which is why Lonzo is a better fit in the starting lineup with Zach LaVine. I like the Bulls in the East. It's going to be exciting to see what else they do. So that was the first real big move. Let's go over Woj's timeline, which is Alec Burks signing a 3-year, $30 million contract with the Knicks. He's staying there at $10 million per season. They like him a lot. And they also like Nerlens Noel because he also returned on a 3-year, $32 million deal, which again, that's roughly about 11, right? 11 point something. Hey. Or 10 point something, I think. Those are good moves for the Knicks. They wanted to keep some of the guys that were on 1-year deals. The Knicks had a great season last year. These are good role players to have, nice backups to have, and they made sure that they took care of them on team-friendly deals. Anything under $12 million for rotational pieces is a good deal, and it's on a 3-year deal. So I'm not sure how the contract is stacked up. Maybe it's front-loaded, and maybe the last year is partially guaranteed. They do that a lot with a lot of these players. I think it's a good move. Let me turn off the music because it's starting to get too loud for my headphones, and yeah, it's kind of distracting. How's everybody doing, man? What's up, Don? What's up, y'all? Ankle Taker. What's up, Eddie Santana? Congrats to my guy, Doug Christie. Oh, that's another thing, right? Mark Spears breaks the news as soon as free agency hit. He said that the Kings have added Doug Christie as an assistant coach to Luke Walton's staff. I know a lot of Kings fans have wanted that for a long time, so congrats to Doug Christie, my guy. The last time I saw him was at Lamps Plus in Sacramento. Him and his wife were there, and I took my mom, and my grandma to buy some lamps. We had a good conversation about, I can't say about what, but it was a good time. And congratulations, man. I know this is something that he's probably wanted for a long time. He's going to bring that defensive IQ, and the Kings got better defensively already. by drafting Davion Mitchell and now adding Doug Christie to the assistant coaches to this coaching staff. That is good stuff. Breaking news, Chris Paul will stay with the Suns on a 4-year deal. Holy moly. 4-year deal up to $120 million. Chris Paul, 4 years, 120. Dude is old, but he had all the leverage. Like, if you're the Suns, what do you say? No. Okay, peace. I'm going to the Knicks, right? Or peace. I'm going to the Clippers. Like, they had no leverage, and he got what he wanted. My man got paid. 4 years, 120. Oh my God. 120 divided by 4. That's $30 million, bro. That is $30 million a season for Chris Paul at 37 years old. That is insanity. Okay, well, let's continue. Let's continue because this is crazy. Oh my gosh. That really threw me off guard. Okay. Jarrett Allen, talk about another huge deal. 5-year, $100 million. 100, okay? 100 million. Well, that's, after drafting Evan Mobley, they have to play together. I always say small markets got to sign their homegrown talent. He was traded last year, now Harden deal, but still, you can't let him walk. You have to sign him. Figure the logistics, the fit later. Good job by the Cavs by getting it done. He has a lot of value in this league, I believe, especially because he's a 7-footer who's a good rim runner, a very good rim protector, and somewhat of a good perimeter defender, I would say. Not great, but enough, right, to have him slip by or pass by. So Jarrett Allen, you got to keep your assets at all costs. You can figure it out later, get some assets from him later if that is the thing you want to do. Right away, it might be a good idea to play, which is not a good. That's what they're gonna do. Play Evan Mobley at the 4 pretty much. That way, he's not going up against big time 5s who will pretty much punk him in the paint because he's not as strong yet. So this could be a good 1-year thing where Evan Mobley kind of plays a 4 at times, plays a 5, not a full-time center yet. So great move. Overall, great move by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let me move out more on my screen. Okay, so we also got, so that's a good deal there. Kelly Olynyk, 3-year, $37 million with the Detroit Pistons. That's shocking to me. I didn't see that coming. I don't love it, to be honest with you. But my God, 336 is 12. So he got a little bit over 12 point something. I don't know. He's a good player for sure, but I don't know about $12 million per year. That's kind of confusing. I don't know what the fit is in Detroit. If you just break down the roster, the main guys that pop up obviously with Cade, and then with last year's rookies, right? All 3 of them playing in the starting lineup with Cade. I guess he could make sense there, just to spread out the floor, to give him more shooting at that position. He's a tough kid. Again, you're the Detroit Pistons. You kind of have to overpay. So that now it's kind of settling in. It does make somewhat sense, right? It does make sense. Then Mike Conley has agreed to a 3-year, $72.5 million contract with the Utah Jazz. That is crazy. 3 years, 72. Let's do the math on that. 72.5 divided by 3. That's 24.1 mil per season for Mike Conley. Wow. Well, they needed him in the playoffs. He was injured, unfortunately. Tim Hardaway, 4-year deal with the Mavericks worth $74 million. $74 million for Tim Hardaway. That breaks down to 18.5 million. I think that's fair. We talked about this. We talked about this about a month and a half ago. I said 18 to 20, depending on what team he was going to return to. It seemed like he kind of took a pay cut to some degree. Not really. I mean, that's his market, $18 million. Joe Harris got 18. We'll see what Duncan Robinson gets as well. Very, very intrigued to see what he does, right? We'll I think Shams had more stuff going on, but yeah, Shams also broke the Doug McDermott. McDermott has agreed to a 3-year, $42 million with the Spurs. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. I think they're moving on from Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay could be looking at one of the contenders, right, on a vet minimum type thing. But McDermott is a 3-year, $42 million. It was funny because a lot of Lakers, oh, we should get Dougie. I was like, Dougie on, like, no, there's no way you're getting him on a vet minimum, right? And that breaks down to $14 million. So $14 million for an elite shooter like Doug. That's a good deal, man. Like, I really like that deal for the Spurs. Great get there. Let's continue here. That was it, huh? Yeah, it's like Shams was on fire, bro. Oh, here we go. 3-year deal, sign and trade Kyle Lowry to the Miami Heat. And man, this is so much to go over, right? There's just so much to go over right now. That's crazy. How's everybody doing? Man, the comments are good. My goodness. Okay, so the cap numbers are confirmed. The salary cap was 112.4 million, and the tax was 136.6 million dollars, according to Bobby Marks. T.J. McConnell, 4-year, $35 million to go to stay with the Pacers. They love him there. It kind of made sense. He's a very good defender. He's going to pressure you up from full court. He doesn't really attempt three-point shots, but he runs your offense well. He's a well-versed basketball player, and that's what you want. The Pacers want that, especially with Rick Carlisle coming there. They want guys that can make an impact now. He's made an impact for a long time. So, again, 3-year deal for Kyle Lowry, and they sign and trade Miami Heat, and then McConnell with the 4-year, 35.2. Man, for Duncan Robinson, though, 5-year, $90 million to stay with the Heat. Wow. The largest deal ever for an undrafted player. Also includes an ETO after this 4th year. Wow. 5 years, $90 million, bro. Let's do the math on that. 90 divided by 5. That's 18. $18 million per season. Now I was talking to some people, and those are the numbers that we came up with. 18 to 20 million. Again, people want to talk about Buddy Hield, right? He's staying in Miami, so he has to take a pay cut. Anywhere else, he would have gone over $20 million without question. And think about this. He's undrafted. Buddy Hield was number 6 pick in the draft, so kind of makes sense. So when you kind of think about other logistics, Tim Hardaway Jr. just got paid more money. He just did. So a lot of crazy deals. Shooting is a very valuable, very valuable asset in the NBA. As you can see what the Kings almost got from the Lakers in that Buddy Hield trade. Wow. Torrey Gregg has agreed to a 2-year, $10 million deal with the Indiana Pacers. That's a good get for them. Tough-minded. I would say he's more of a 4, right? He's more of a stretch 4. Could guard some threes. He's a good player. 2 years, $10 million. It's a good get for them. $5 million per season, and then that crazy deal for Chris Paul. I can't believe he got $120 million. 4 years. 4 years, $120 million. That's nuts. That is nuts. Okay. Now let me look at the comments, man. Mo King stock or what? Yeah, I never say that. Let me see. So let's look at Woj was killing it. All right, I mean Shams was killing it, bro. Buddy's newest tweet. This means something. I spoke to Buddy earlier. I can't say what was said, but he's in good spirits. He's in good spirits. Okay, so let's look at what Shams did, right? So, oh no. Okay, here we go. This is what Shams did, right? Lonzo Ball, he was very detailed on what it was. Obviously the 4-year 85, but it was my guy. Freak, I can't remember his damn name. He played on every team on the Kings too. Garrett Temple, my gosh. Okay, Garrett Temple and Sanarowski, and that signing trade deal for them. And then he also broke the Tim Hardaway Jr. 4-year 72, and Mike Conley 3 years 68. I think the numbers are a little bit different there, right? What did Woj have? Woj had 72. Okay, that's a big difference. That's $4 million difference. Like, that's huge, especially for a championship team like the Utah Jazz. Who was correct? We don't know. Boban Marjanovic, my big dude, re-signed with the Dallas Mavericks. And then Shams also broke the deal with Jimmy Butler, which he's signing a maximum contract extension with the Heat, right? So that was big news there. And that was a 4-year, $184 million. Holy smokes. That is a lot of money. 4 years, 184. And then he broke it down. It was Thomas and Garrett Temple. JaMychal Green has agreed to a 2-year, $17 million deal to return to the Nuggets. It's a good deal. I think they liked him a lot. Again, that's pretty fair. It's pretty fair. And then we have Jarrett Allen, again, 5-year, 100. And he also put it down, right? And then Kyle Lowry signed with the Heat. McConnell, 4-year, $35 million. Yeah, we saw that from Woj. It's like they're like probably trying to beat each other on everything. Yeah, that's what we have so far. That's what we have so far. Again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Basketball Zone, baby. Let's go. Let's get the subscribers up. We're almost at 8,000. Let's share with all your NBA community. Let's get this party started, baby. I'm excited. I am excited. Yeah, let's see. So we just went over all of them. I think we just did. Torrey Craig, Duncan Robinson, right? That is the recap thus far. Wow. Are there any deals that have stood out to you? Comment below. Let's talk about them. Let's look at the comments right now. Let's look at the comments right now. What are people saying? Let's put this away. Okay. Already signed with the Heat. Buddy new tweet. That means something. I have not looked at Buddy's new tweet. What does it say? So you gotta mean something. You see Buddy's new tweet. How do you feel about Christie being an assistant coach now? Yeah, that's a good move. Again, the Kings are definitely trying to improve their overall defensive IQ on the floor and off the floor. Drafting Davion Mitchell will help on the floor. hiring Doug Christie will help off the floor with the X knows from a schematic perspective. I hope they're more aggressive with Doug Christie. I don't know what his role will be, but I'm assuming that it's going to be a defensive coordinator position because their defensive coordinator from last year is now with the Detroit Pistons, right? And, you know, and that was Coach Rex Kalamian. We'll see what happens, man. I think it's a good move for the Kings, especially because Doug, I feel like, has wanted this for a long time. He's never been public about it, but it was obvious, right? It was obvious. So, yeah, I think it's a good move. I do think it's a good move. Jose Baldera says, I find Lonzo's interesting because it seems like the Bulls won't pursue Holmes. Yeah, it's looking like because of how things fell in place, starting with the NBA draft and how the Hornets were probably the favorites to land Rashawn. They traded for Mason Plumlee, and then they drafted Kai Jones, and then they drafted JT Thor. There's, honestly, I wouldn't spend that money anymore. I'd go out and try to get a defensive wing. So a lot of things are falling in place for the Kings to sign Rashawn Holmes now, and that's a good thing. Whether or not you hear some of the speculation, I've been in contact with this camp for about a long time, right? Especially as of late. The last 3 days have been in serious talks with them. I'm trying to get some insight on what is really about to happen. From other reports that I've seen as well, it seems like they could work out a one-in-one deal, which I've been an advocate for a long time, for an entire season, to be honest with you. More of a 2-year. I was thinking 2 years, $32 million deal if they can ever get to that $60 million cap. I don't know. I think that's a win-win. But if you look at it from Rashawn's perspective, you want to get the long-term deal, which makes a lot of sense as well. Whether or not he accepts the $12 million per season that I think the Kings can offer him right now, it's about 11.75 roughly. But I don't know, man. There are other reports as well, which is a number that I've been talking about on a 4-year deal, and that's $15 million per season. 4 years, $60 million for Rashawn Holmes. I think that makes sense for the Kings. If they can ever get to that, they have to first unload Buddy Hield or Harrison Barnes, also Marvin Bagley, and not take much money back. That way you have that space opened up for a guy like Rashawn Holmes. It's going to be interesting, man. They're in a very interesting position, and right now I just feel like Rashawn is losing all the leverage because from the teams that were supposed to sign him, again, the Toronto Raptors can come out and say, okay, I'm going to give you $460, right, which is $15 million per season. That could very well happen. Like, that's not out of the question right now. That very well could happen. Especially, again, just imagine what they can do with Rashawn, Scotty Barnes, Siakam, OG. Oh, my gosh. That is disgusting defensive. That's going to be crazy. Oh, okay. He said it's a whole lot of mother. That was Buddy's tweet. That's true, though. They said we're in the pandemic, but the money's rolling out hard. Don Mitchell's laughing. I see Holmes was traveling today. Just don't know where he was headed. Yeah, let me see. See if they got back to me. Yeah, that's crazy. All right. Man, that is crazy, man. There's a lot of stuff there. It's just sent a little text out. Free agent forward center Jeff Green has agreed to a 2-year, $10 million deal with the Denver Nuggets. Wow. That is shocking to me. I feel like he was a great fit with the Nets. He would have been a great fit with the Lakers. But he's going to the Nuggets, and they got JaMychal Green back. That's what? That's interesting to me. I don't know. I mean, that's a great get for them. The Nuggets are pretty much going on and say we need to have much better depth, which that is what you just accomplished with veterans who've been there, done that. But I'm seeing it from Jeff Green's perspective. Like, is that the best move for you, right? But hey, we'll see. At this point, Leo, what do you think the Kings' path to a playoff spot is this year? Man, so they're far from it, bro. They need a lot of things, my brother. They need a lot of things to do, man. Think the Kings could go after me, Brandon. I don't think Ingram will be available to the Kings. The only way I see Brandon Ingram being available is if they go after Dame, which I don't think the Blazers will want to do, especially right now. That whole Ben Simmons fiasco about the 4 first-round draft picks is just ridiculous. Nobody's giving them that. The deal that makes the most sense, that has always made the most sense, has been to the Portland Trail Blazers, where you put Ben Simmons and Damian Lillard together, and you put CJ McCollum in Philadelphia. Maybe they get 2 first-round picks, right? Who knows? Who cares? You put that deal together, and both players exceed and excel on their new respective teams. That would make the most sense. Now, there are rumors still that the Lakers are still interested in Buddy Hield, that the Sixers are interested in Buddy Hield. The championship contending teams will always want elite shooting. As we're seeing right now, look at how much all these dudes, they're getting paid over 18. That is a premium in the NBA if you're the elite of the elite. And that's what these dudes are. You are going to get paid. You're going to get paid one way or another, man. That's just the way it is. Some people have thrown the name Tobias Harris going to Sacramento. That's interesting to me. But I don't know. Like, that's a lot of money to take back if you're the Kings as well. That is a lot of money to take back if you're the Kings as well. So that's pretty much it with him. I'm texting. I'm trying to get some Rashawn information. Hold up. Okay. Do you think the Warriors can get Kawhi Leonard? Damn, that would be stupid if they did, though. Like, that'd be so dumb. I'd be so mad if they got him. Because he's going to recover just in time for the playoffs. And then Clay comes back healthy. They're going to be right there, bro. And that would be a wild turn of events. I would say if I was him, I'd go to Dallas and go play with Luka. But that's me. That's going to be, man. So, essentially, it'd be a sign and trade. I don't see how he just leaves for nothing. Like, they would get something out of it. If the Raptors got something out of Kyle Lowry, then the Clippers would get something out of Kawhi Leonard for sure. In terms of what that would look like, most likely Andrew Wiggins, most likely Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody would be the pieces that go back to get Kawhi Leonard. Like, that is inevitable. That's what's going to happen, right? So, in terms of the Rockets, though, like I said, if you guys haven't watched my draft video from yesterday, I'm super high on what the Rockets did, drafting Jalen Green, drafting Alperen Şengün, drafting Osman Garuba. These headphones hurt my ears. And then drafting Josh Christopher. I thought it was a hell of a draft for them. They went from being the team that was heavily scrutinized by me and by a lot of other people in terms of not getting enough for James Harden to now being like, okay, well, they did a very good job, a marvelous job in the draft. If any of these dudes pan out, you struck gold. If 2 of them, then you struck a lot of gold, right? Now, again, by them panning out, I mean, like, if one pans out to be an all-star, you're good. Now, if they all pan out to be really good players, you're good. You know what I'm saying? I think Şengün, I believe, Garuba could be a very nice duo in the NBA. On top of that, you add what they already got in Christian Wood. The Rockets are looking nice, man. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to you. Like, the Rockets are looking real nice, and if they can get rid of that awful contract of John Wall, and potentially get some more draft assets for Eric Gordon, that could be a dangerous team in the near future. Like a super young team, like a great super team, but young, like a real young super team. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be Harkless. Okay, let me see. Mo Harkless has just agreed to a 2-year, $9 million deal with the Sacramento Kings. Don't love it. I like it. It was the obvious. It was obvious. Like, he had a good time in Sacramento. He had a strong second half. Whether or not he continues and he replicates that, right? Because last year, or Bubble Kings, they had what's his name? That ended up going to the Warriors. That came from the Hawks. Sorry, that came from the Blazers. He had a good, second half. I feel like a lot of these dudes that come after deadline have good second halves. But the question still remains, can they replicate that? Is it sustainable for a full season? Is it sustainable for the tenure of the contract? I like the deal, no doubt, but I don't love it. And it'll be interesting to see if this hurts them trying to acquire a guy like Richaun Holmes. So 2 years, $9 million. It's about $4.5 million per season. That's not bad. That's not bad, especially because you need depth, and that's what Mo Harkless provides. Now, if he's your starter, I have issues with that, because you're not a good team if he's your starter, and then that's not a disrespect to him at all. I think he's a rotational player. If he can play his role the right way, he can be very valuable for the Sacramento Kings. So, again, good move. Not great, but a good move. 2 years, $9 million, 4.5 per season. We'll see what happens. Okay. Interesting. I got some good news from the Richaun Holmes camp that I can't say, but yeah. Positive news for Kings fans. Positive news for Raptors fans, for sure. All right. Love Harkless in the bench rotation. Harkless is signed to, yep. Do you think the Lakers can get Carmelo and DeRozan? I think they can get Carmelo Anthony. I really do. In terms of DeRozan, they will not get DeMar DeRozan, because the way the hard cap is set up right now, the way I've understood it, is that they can do a sign-and-trade deal right now, but they have to take players' contracts that are at least $3 million. That makes sense? So they can't get a free agent like DeMar DeRozan and then conduct a sign-and-trade. It has to be dudes who are already on 3-year deals or more. So they cannot get DeMar DeRozan via sign-and-trade. In terms of Carmelo, he's a free agent. They can sign him to a veteran minimum, which is very likely to happen. How about Siakam on the Kings? I would love that to happen. Like, I'm a huge fan of Siakam. I believe he can be a number 2 on a championship contender team. He's done that with the Raptors, right? Winning the championship in 2019 with Kawhi Leonard. He had an exceptional NBA Finals, very good player. Last year, they tried to put him as a number 1 option. A lot of injuries. It was kind of a weird season. They were in Tampa Bay, not in Toronto. Yeah, that wasn't the best version of Siakam, I would say. But if he can lure him away, especially now that they have a lot of depth with OG and Scotty Barnes, that would be a great fit. Now, the question is, what would you have to give up to get Siakam? I don't know. I don't know what his I don't know what his value is, what his trade value is. It'll be interesting to see what it is, though, because that'd be very interesting to see. He'd be the perfect fit, perfect starter on the Kings. Great number 2 to De'Aaron Fox. That'd be fun to watch. And the McDermott, the McDermott was 3 years, 42. Wow, backup center. That will give him 3 seasons with the Mavs for next. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, McDermott to the Spurs was way earlier. Like that happened about an hour ago. Okay. It's 4:20 p.m. Yeah, it's been a crazy, I would say it's been a crazy 1 hour and 20 minutes of free agency. Lots of movement, right? Lots of movement. We'll recap it right now after I see what they did. Okay. So let me post this. Mo Harkless deal first on Instagram. Let's see. Deal for the Kings. Join me live on YouTube. Breaking it down. Here we go. Continue to support your local businesses like at Valley. Shout out to Valley Tire Center as well, man, for always supporting Cowbell Kingdom, the platform. We got love for them. They got great deals going on. So if you're looking for tires, you need an oil change, anything, if you want to lift up your truck, if you want to lift it down, like, they will hook you guys up. Make sure you tell them that Cowbell Kingdom sent you guys. Let me see. Doing this on the fly, yo. All right, here we go. And then obviously Doug Christie being there has unfinished business in Sacramento. It's exciting news for him, and I'm really happy for him for sure. Okay, so you guys can also join the conversation. The link is in the bio. Click that link and we can talk. I will do a split screen just to talk to you guys. It's super easy. You can join via your phone. Yeah, good stuff, you guys. Let's see. Do you think the Warriors can get Damian Lillard? Man, I don't think so. But can you imagine Damian Lillard and Steph Curry? Like, that would be insane. Like, that would be crazy to me. Let's see. Let's see what they're doing. So, yeah, we got Zach Lowe talking about that. Yeah. Let's see what he said about Doug McDermott, right?
I think we got a bunch of slashers, attackers, and, let's get... Crank it.
Here we go, yes. Yeah.
Did I say it mid-crank? How does it work?
That's good. What do you got?
A source close to the situation, Doug McDermott to the Spurs, 3 years, $42 million.
Impact of that is? Go ahead.
One of the best shooters on the market. Again, we just saw Duncan Robinson. You get paid for shooting, really good on the move, cutting off the ball, had great chemistry with Domas Sabonis. It's a big loss for the Pacers. And, the Spurs have a ton of cap room. They still have a lot more flexibility. They have all their outgoing free agents like DeRozan, Gay, Mills. But this is the Spurs taking a shot on a guy. I think we got a bunch of slashers, attackers, and, let's get one of the best shooters in the league. Crank it.
Here we go.
All right. So that was pretty much what I said earlier. Great shooter, great deal at $14 million per season. I really like that deal a lot. And talking about Jarrett Allen earlier, I think if you're a small market team, you have to keep your assets. Worry about the whole fit later. Mike Schmitz will try to argue and try to convey that they could fit together. I don't think that's a good fit long term, but As of right now, I think Evan Mobley playing the center full time would be a disaster because he's not that strong. He's going to get bullied against a lot of bigger centers. So play him at the 4 for the most part. Still play him at the 5 in certain junctures against certain lineups to see what he has from an overall playmaking perspective as well. That'll be fun to watch. But let's see what he has to say about both of them playing together, essentially, and then we'll go from there.
Now, I just want to show you what he can do defensively, okay? This is against a point guard. Like, this type of foot speed and balance and agility, that's not normal at all for a big, and I think that switchability is going to allow him to play some 4 as well, like we've seen from a Chris Bosh and an Anthony Davis. I think he'll fit alongside Jarrett Allen in Cleveland. And then the handle here, okay? The through the legs move, the drop-off, the vision. Again, not normal stuff for a 7-footer. So I think Evan Mobley has the potential, down the road as his body fills out to be one of the best players to come out of this draft. And I think we should be talking about him a little bit more. Now, I just want to show you what he can do defensively, okay? This is against a point guard. Like, this type of foot speed and balance and agility, that's not normal at all for a big.
Yeah, again, he's going to be a very good perimeter player. Like, that's unquestioned, right? Like, that's going to happen. We're not denying that at all. Here we go. 2 more deals. Breaking news. Korkmaz has agreed to a 3-year, $15 million deal to stay with the 76ers. That's a good get for them. That's a real good get. 3 years, 15, that's $5 million per season. That's a great get for them. All right, that's Furkan Korkmaz. Gary Trent Jr. has agreed to a 3-year, $54 million deal to stay with the Raptors. Wow. Wow, 2nd-round pick. If you guys know the background story, the Kings sold that pick. They drafted him. Like, I don't want to. Let's get some cash money. It's also the Blazers. The Blazers traded him away this past trade deadline. He was having a real good season at the bubble, good season last year, and now he had a very good second half with the Raptors. They are rewarding him. 3 years, $54 million, 2nd-round pick, y'all. It's possible. If you have the right scouting department in place, it is very, very possible, man. Like, very possible. How's everybody doing? Make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't hit the like button as of right now, man, what is wrong with you? Come on, help us out a little bit. Subscribe, share, hit the notifications. You know what's up, man. Appreciate all the support from every single one of you guys as always. Who do you... Let me see. Wait, did you just say the home situation is good? He caught me, didn't he? Who do you think it will be a new Kings announcer? I have no idea, bro. By announcer, you mean color analyst? I don't know. There's plenty of people like Katie Hunter now. You got Mo, right? From the Deuce and Mo podcast. She's great. Morgan, like, she's really good. We'll see what happens there. Please do this Bagley for Reddish. What team do you think Ben Simmons should go to? Thoughts on the Siakam trade? Like, wait, there's a trade? Or the potential of the trade? So again, the potential of the trade would be, like, if he's going to the Kings, like, yeah, I'd love him to go to the Kings. What are the pieces like? Tell me what the pieces are. I'm confused. There's a trade going on or what? Am I missing something or what? The Mavericks are nearing a deal with the Knicks. Okay. That's interesting. The Mavericks, Mark Stein says that the Mavericks are nearing a deal with Knicks free agent Reggie Bullock. If you guys don't know, Reggie Bullock had a hell of a season last year for the Knicks, was a huge component, huge variable to why they had such a huge turnaround. Reggie Bullock, very good basketball player, solid defender for the most part. That is a great get for the Dallas Mavericks. So now they kept their, I guess, 2 away. He's not great defensively, Tim Hardaway Jr., but He's a good shooter, streaky shooter, a good scorer. They're making moves. They're making moves because they need that for Luka Doncic. He was lost for the Knicks, no doubt. Bobby Portis has agreed to a 2-year, $9 million deal. Okay. He said, I'm about to run him back and get another NBA championship. Okay. Bobby Portis. Portis turned down potential deals from the Mavericks and the Heat. Yeah. He likes it here, man. That's loyalty, bro. For sure. Wow, the Milwaukee community embraced him. That's awesome. Good for him. And good for the city of Milwaukee that gives a lot of small market teams hope to do things the right way to win an NBA championship. That is what it's all about, man. I love that. I love that. Okay, here we go. Free agent Bobby Portis has agreed to, yep. Sterling Brown has agreed to a deal with the Mavericks. They didn't say for how much. Sterling Brown is going to the Mavericks. Got some depth there. And so far, that has been all of the news. Keeping you guys up to date as everything breaks. Oh, here we go. Zach Collins has agreed to a 3-year, $22 million deal with the Spurs. What a great get for them. I mean, this kid has been ridiculed with injuries. The Blazers were ready to move on pretty much. That is a great get because the Spurs are a team that could easily develop him. What a great get. Like, if I was the Kings, I would have loved to have that deal. Like, because he's so skilled. It's not a matter of skill with him. It's a matter of can he stay healthy. Like, he can. That's a great deal. That's a great deal for them. Good for them. For sure, man. Like, good for them. Wow. Again, free agent Jeff Green, 2-year deal with the Denver Nuggets. It's a great deal as well, man. And Kyle Lowry signing trade with the Heat. That's what they needed, man. The Heat are about to be good again. Like, going to be really good. Here we go. Yeah, that was... What do you guys think so far of all the moves? Which moves have surprised you the most? Let me know. I'm trying to get somebody else on, man, because, damn. All right. If the Kings do not re-sign Holmes, what do you think the Kings will target for that big man spot? Tristan Thompson it is, huh? There's no more Nerlens Noel as you stay with the New York Knicks. The Pelicans tripping. We have Lonzo up for some. Ema noodles and hot fries. Wow. Yeah, Baron, like that. I don't know because Kyle Lowry's not going to the Pelicans. Lonzo Ball, you just lost Lonzo Ball. I don't know. Don't know what the Pelicans are doing. I'm sorry, bro. Like, they should have kept him at that. Like, if they knew that was going to happen, that was nuts. Yo, I heard you say good news for the Kings and Raptors. That's all I'm going to say, bro. Can't spill the beans. I'm not Shams and I'm not Woj. I can only give you my analysis after. I can tweet things because I know things, but it's not really my thing. Like, I'm not like that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what I want to do. That's not what I like to do. But I do know things in advance for sure. And I just wait till Shams or Woj or any of the local guys breaks it. But just know it's good news for both of those teams. Just saying. I'm just saying. Thoughts on Josh Hart? He'd be a real good fit, Cody. Like, Josh Hart would be a real good fit. Kings resign Holmes and trade him for Buddy or Siakam. That could be a thing too, honestly. That could be a real thing. That makes a lot of sense. Alex Len is back with the Kings. That break already? Free agent Mike Muscula has agreed to a 2-year, $7 million deal with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Okay. Good shooter. Don't love it, but it is what it is, and they need some depth. Got a lot of young players there. Let's see what Shams, and that was Woj. What is Shams saying? Who said that? Okay, here we go. First reported by Shams. Wow. The Kings have signed Alex Len to a 2-year deal. Okay, I like Alex Len. See, Tristan Thompson, not so much. Alex Len, I'm okay with that. Alex Len's back. Alex Len, wow. Len is back. I love Len's back with the Kings. Holmes is saying doesn't look good now. And using DeMar. And DeMar for who? Holmes can't be staying. No cap space. Len to the Kings. Respect. Who reported to Len to... It was Shams. Len is back. Alex Len. Okay, here we go. So that was... Yeah, that's a good deal for them. It is. 2-year deal. Not bad. Man, I got to take a tinkle, as Giannis likes to say. Let me find a little video for you guys to watch. That's not going to copyright my damn thing. Let me see. Let's see. Oh, I know what to do. Let's go on YouTube, right? Let's go on YouTube. As my nieces like to say, can you put some YouTube on? No, I can't put no YouTube on for you. Unless you're watching me, of course. I'm Catholic, by the way. Love me some Mike Schmitz. If you guys haven't watched Mike Schmitz, definitely watch it. My dog is screaming too, so we're going to take a little break right now. But, let me see. Your channel, right? Yeah, Chris can definitely. It actually makes a lot of. Oh yeah, so let's play what Bobby Jackson had to say about Davion Mitchell today. That's actually a real good transition. Look at that. Yeah.
Welcome to the Disney
While
Bubble,
I go,
Disney Plus,
take a little
Hulu,
tinkle
and
tinkle because I gotta take a
ESPN
tinkle
Plus
tinkle
come to
tinkle
life on
tinkle.
all your
You know what I'm saying? Here we go.
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Good. Hey, this is a good opportunity for you to sort of get your first head coaching experience.
I'll be right back. I gotta take a
during the
tinkle.
Summer League. How exciting is that for you? And what do you think it will mean for you when you transition to Stockton this year?
I think it's great. I think the biggest thing is, having a voice, coming up with your own practice plans and your schemes and how you want to do things. Being a team that defends at a high level. We started practice off with nothing but defense. So, it gives me a lot of experience, and I've been around for a while. Now I get to run my own show and make my own timeouts, draw my own plays. It just helps you as an overall coach trying to get to wherever you need to get to. But it's exciting as well. We got some young talent, guys that are playing hard, practicing hard, and competing at a high level.
This is your first shot at getting a look at Davion. Just what are your first impressions of him?
Oh, man, competitive, tough, great body, explosive, fast. And he does all the little things and while he's on the floor. And it is a reason why he's won a national championship and he's won at every level. He competes at a high level. He makes his teammates better. And he approaches and he works harder than anybody around him, and I think that's a really good calling card just for him.
Next question will go to Sean Cunningham.
So, Bobby, back to Davion in a second. I've heard some people try to compare him to you. Do you see a little of yourself in him?
He tough. He's tough. He's small. He can score. He's really explosive as a guard. Still has to figure out the NBA game, though. And it's great that I get to help him figure it out and navigate that throughout the first summer league. But, yeah, super explosive, on both sides of the ball. And I think it's a great comparison. He might not like it, but I think it allows him to see where he's at. I just like his work ethic. And when you look at a young guy coming in, his work ethic, being in the gym, he done worked out twice before we done had practice. And I think that just shows his dedication for his craftsmanship and how hard of a worker he is.
I think in most years you might have a few more days, maybe about a week or so, to kind of get guys adjusted and acclimated to the environment. What kind of challenge is that to have really like a practice or so and then play some games? And fortunately, after California Classic, you'll have a few more. But just what kind of challenge does that pose for you guys in trying to put together some cohesive basketball?
I mean, it's challenging, but you make do with what you got, and you don't make excuses. We started practice 3 days ago, so we had 4 practices in 3 days. So we've thrown a lot of stuff at the guys, and they got to learn fast. It's just concepts. It's playing fast, communicating, playing with toughness, but also sharing the ball. So you're throwing a lot of coverages and terminology at them as well that they need to be successful with, that we want them to be successful with when they step on the floor, which is going to allow us to be successful. It's just fast. You try to cram a lot of things in those 3 days that allow them to grow. And I think we've done a really good job with putting a mixture of everything in.
Jason Anderson.
Bobby, how are you, sir?
I'm good, man. How you?
I'm doing well. To follow up on kind of what you were just talking about, you mentioned defense already. How much of a focal point is that for the organization? And how much in this short time can you impress on these young guys, kind of what the whole organization is trying to build towards?
Well, I think that's something that you have to start your practice off with is the defensive side of the ball. And we did that for the first day and the second day and the third day. I believe in starting out creating a defensive energy, creating things that you need to do successfully on the floor. So we was 30th in the league. So we want to be able to be tough. We want to be able to guard the ball off the bounce. We want to be able to scramble and play with some toughness throughout these games that we're going to play in and the games that we're going to see. But you always try to establish that the first day, and we did, and the guys have accepted it. They have been tough. They have been communicating, and they have been playing extremely hard. So it's just tough to try to cram in a lot of things. So you try to pick the things that you think that's important defensively that we need to be really, really good at once these games start.
How much of a catalyst has Davion been for that effort to impose that defensive mentality? And then also, what are your impressions of Neemias so far?
What's my impression of who?
Keita, the rookie center.
Oh, Keita.
Okay, we're back at it again. Let's go. Had a little tinkle, little phone call, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. How's everybody doing? We're about to go over all the tweets again in a little bit. Let's get this part. Man, we got 4 likes. We got 43 people watching. Like, come on. Like, let's get 43 likes. Oh, let's do this, y'all. Like what are you guys doing? Come on, man. Help a brother out. Okay, here we go. Trevor Ariza is going back to the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm not trying to sound like a hater, but he's not very good, bro. But again, if they think that they gonna fix anything, that's fine. Welcome back, Alex Lane. Yeah. Let's go. Let's see what Woj is saying, right? Let's see. Deal includes a player option. Okay, so that Gary Trent Jr. deal, the 3 years, $54 million. The third year is a player option, which I think is a very good thing because if he continues to play well, he can get a bigger contract, bro, like a massive contract. Like if he becomes like one of the elite shooters, that'll be good. Again, free agent Trevor Ariza has agreed to a 1-year deal, with the LA Lakers. Agents Aaron Mintz, Steve Human, and Erica Ruiz of CA Sports, tell ESPN. Again, man, like going back to your point, or going back to my point about me telling you, kind of giving you like some clues on Rashawn Holmes and just on any player. The reason to why the whole business of breaking news, it's such a fallacy because, especially for someone like me who is not well liked, apparently, by some people on King's Twitter, like, imagine if I got it wrong, because agents use you, front office people use you, they feed you information hoping that you tweet it out, and then if you're wrong, all the scrutiny that you're gonna go over. People lie all the time, and whatever their agenda is, they use reporters all the time. So that's another reason as well why I don't like that idea of putting out like tweets out like that or anything like that. I'd rather just wait, see when it's confirmed, and then break it down. Because at the end of the day, I'm a basketball guy, and I like to talk basketball, like the X's and O's of basketball, whether or not a guy fits, whether or not a guy is good. So that is the biggest reason why I don't like to get into those things, because if someone lies to me, I tweet something now, the scrutiny is going to be too much to handle, and it's just not worth it, in my opinion. Because people lie people giving you information lie to you all the time. And that's just how this business is. How is everybody doing? Alex not back. Yep, Rashawn is good as gone. Damn. Buddy and Tristan trade. Oh wait, Tristan Thompson didn't fully go through. Yeah, I don't know what happened to that. I think it's gonna happen though. King's Improvement signed Harkless. King's Improvement. Harkless. He's tough. Yeah, like, again, I don't love the deal. I like the deal. It's something that I'm going to just die. I'm like, oh, my God, great job, man. Like, yes, good deal. It's a good deal. We're signing good role players on cheap deals. Who else would you like the Kings to target? Thoughts on Otto Porter or Justice Winslow? Any of those guys, because it adds depth to your lack of depth. We will miss home now. CP3 signed a 4-year. Yeah, bro, that's crazy, bro. I still can't believe he signed a 4-year, $120 million deal. That's stupid. That's ridiculous. But again, Chris Paul had all the leverage. Bro. Like no doubt, you know. That is a real thing. Again, join me live. Tell your friends about it. Tell all your friends about them. Let me post that on Instagram, man. Live on YouTube right now. Let me see. Copy. Yep. Okay, here we go. So is our goal to build the same team and expect to win? LOL. That's a great question. I think the improvement from an IQ perspective, from a defensive IQ perspective, you've gotten better. So it's not the same team. I'm sorry to just, I don't know, play devil's advocate or be a smart ass, right? Like, the Kings got better. They drafted Davion Mitchell. You get better. Like, he's a good player. He's ready to impact the team now. He's a different rotational piece the Kings didn't have last year, especially from a defensive standpoint. Then now you adding an unproven defensive coach and Christie, but from the looks of it, it seems like he's gonna provide that toughness, that grittiness that he played with as a player, now as a coach on Luke Walton's staff. Very interesting to see that. I'm happy for him. So the Kings improved in that aspect, which is defense. The Kings can score with anybody. It's just, can they defend, right? And they got better in that department. They signed Mo on a relatively good deal, I would say, 4.5 mil. And then they just signed Alex Len for depth purposes. Don't know what's going on with the Tristan Thompson deal, but we'll soon find out. Let me make another. Okay. That is interesting. Let me ask a little question to somebody because I'm intrigued by it. Let me see. Again, you guys can join the conversation. The link is in the bio right now. Make sure you guys join. I just made that Rashawn Holmes text. So just trying to get some clarification on everything that's going on so far. Solomon Hill, breaking news, has agreed to a 1-year deal to return to the Atlanta Hawks. I don't really care. Tough player, but I don't really care. Okay. Dwight Howard returning to the Los Angeles Lakers. Wow. That is surprising, to say the least. Okay. Thoughts on what will happen with Buddy? Talk seems to be around Sizers and Harris. We're still waiting on that Buddy trade and Bagley trade. Yes, we are. Do you want? My boy Xavier says, do you honestly feel Holmes will stay here in Sacramento for $12.5 million a year with the horrible California tax? I don't. I agree with you. I don't. Which, we could see him going to the Raptors as well. Yeah. Cousins is back to Sacramento. Leo, your boy is back. Just kidding. Hey, man, I welcome him back. It don't matter. Thoughts on what will happen with Buddy? Talk seems to be that the Sixers are interested. Tobias Harris. The Lakers are still interested, but there's no way they'll get there. I just don't see it. And then on top of that, the only way I'm trying to think of a Laker deal is to a sign. No, well, the Kings don't want Dennis. They would like Alex Caruso. They would like THT, but it's more guards to add it. They need depth at the wing position, which is why Kuzma and Montrez made so much sense for them. Unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. But it is what it is. You got to move on and go to Plan B. Hopefully, Monty has a Plan B. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, Chris Emmons of Octagon Basketball confirming all these agents texting Woj or texting Shams, yeah. Why did it take so long for Christie to get involved in coaching? Has he shown interest in the position before? I have no idea if he's had these conversations privately with the Kings and now it was time to pull the trigger, or if this came out of who knows. People want to say Vivek, people want to say whoever, right? I think it's a good thing, though, because he has solid IQ defensively. He has a solid foundation of what it takes to be a good defensive team. He showed it as a player. He proved that as a player. So it'll be interesting to see if it translates as a coach. And in terms of what his role will be, we don't know yet until it comes out of him or a press release. But I'm assuming he's going to be a defensive coordinator because Raskalamian is no longer with the Kings. He's now with the Detroit Pistons, and they had a vacancy there. Makes sense. It makes sense. Now it'll just be interesting to see if it happens and if it translates onto the basketball floor. Do you think Tobias being on the Kings will make us good enough for the playoffs? I do. I think Tobias Harris gets you over the top because that's exactly what they need. They need a big, versatile, scoring wing that can play the 3-4. He's really a 4, honestly. But again, like I tell people, oh, he's a 3 or 4. It's just NBA teams play a lot of guards. They play 3 guards at a time. That's nothing new. The Kings did it a lot last year with Buddy Hield, Tyrese, and Fox, and a lot of teams do it a lot. That's why when I think about these hybrids, it's like, okay, if you're a forward, like you're a hybrid to me. You should be able to move up and play out the 4, and you should be able to shoot the ball. And Tobias does both those things. The only thing that scares me is his contract, which is insanely big. But I do think he gets you over the top in terms of making the playoffs. This team would be very good with Tobias Harris. Whether or not they can sign Richaun Holmes, which would be huge, I don't know. Hypothetically, say you get him in that Buddy Hield trade, then you got Alex Len now. I liked what I saw from Damian Jones as a backup. I think Alex Len's a good backup. These are all backups. Richaun Holmes is a starter. It's concerning. It's concerning because let's be honest. Like, these are backups. What are we going to get from Queta? He's not ready. As Bobby Jackson said today, like, he's not ready. So, there's a lot of question marks at that position, man. Yeah, I just got some news from Richaun Holmes that you're not gonna like it, but yeah, like I'm gonna wait till the big boys tweet it out, but we'll see. I'd love to keep home, but at the same time, he is on your side as a center, but not good enough to be a 4, especially since we don't have it. See, that's the thing to me. Like, would you rather have Alex Len, who is at the right size, than an undersized Richaun Holmes? Like, I just want to start that conversation and spark the conversation because I don't agree with that. 100%, I don't agree with that. It's just, when people say Richaun gets bodied, I want people to understand that when your perimeter players consistently get beat, and when you're playing with Marvin Bagley, who consistently gets beat, and you have to recover, rotate onto their man, and then have to go pretty much back to your man, and now you're at a disposition at the center position, right? Where he's too deep into the paint to where everybody gets punked or everybody gets bodied, right? Where Hassan Whiteside got bodied plenty of times. But yet that is the MO, that he's undersized and he gets bodied. But so does everybody else. So it just helped me understand that. Like, that doesn't make any sense. He's a top 10 shot blocker in the NBA. Yes, I agree that he's a better weak side rim protector. But to say that he's a bad shot blocker when you're top 10 in the NBA, like, that's kind of weird to say. That's incorrect for sure. He's the second best perimeter center. He's the second best perimeter defender at the center position in the NBA after Bam Adebayo. So Bam is the best. Rashawn's second best. Think about all the true centers who guard the perimeter better than those two guys. I can't name them. Especially with how the NBA switches on everything nowadays. That's a valuable asset to have. So I've never understood that argument. Like, would you rather have Alex Len and Richaun Holmes? No, hell no. I'm sorry, Alex, but no. Stop it. Come on, man. Right. Len's a backup, man. Not big on Mo signing. I think, the signing happened just to calm fans down. And in my opinion, no other team would give him even that much money. The Kings always pay for players and the other team wants. That's fair. I'm not mad at you. We still have the MLE for Holmes, which is even less, right? I think it's like, what, 9? Bagley, Len has one elite talent, setting picks, but he's 8 to 14 minutes as a backup. 100%, Vlada. That's how you talk, man. See, I love the smart people on here, because y'all get it. I'm at work. If it's true the right trade is in trouble, I have not checked on that. We'll check right now. I'm not sure on that trade, to be honest with you. Alexander is way better than Holmes. It's not even a conversation. Okay. Tell me what he does better than Richaun Holmes. I'm just curious. I'm just curious because I'm not gonna get yelling or anything like that. I'm just curious, you know. Like, I truly want to know what it is. That's crazy talk to me. Because if he was better, why nobody want him like that? Why did they let him go, or why didn't anybody else offer him a 3-year, 4-year deal if he's better? Alexander ain't better than Tice, bro. I'll be honest with you. Like, I'd rather have Tice over him. But Tice is going to require like $8 million per season for sure. Nerlens Noel, undersized, still more valuable than Alex Len. He's still a backup, but he's more valuable for sure. Come on, man. Like, stop it. Oh, he says, sorry, all the way around. Holmes is better. My bad. I got to look at the damn comments more. That's on me. That's on me. My bad, brother. I don't think he's a bad defender or anything. I just think that when it comes to him guarding a true center like Embiid, it's easy for them to overpower him and move him around in the paint. To your point, they play Embiid twice. Just think about that. They play Jokic 3-4 times a year, but they do that to everybody. Like, Embiid and Jokic put up numbers against every center. So what is the difference? And if you watch that Sixer game where the Kings won that first game, actually, they didn't win that first game. I lied. They were up in the first half. He played exceptionally well. And when they put Hassan Whiteside on him, Joel Embiid was licking his chops like, oh, my God, barbecue chicken. He wasn't doing that against Richaun Holmes. Richaun Holmes gave it to him, and he was making it tough. Great players are going to score no matter what. That's what they do. They're buckets. Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, they're buckets. Vucevic, they're buckets. They're going to get theirs. That's why they're all-stars. Nobody's going to stop them. Nobody. That's just how it is, bro. We don't need Thompson and Lennon's backup. Hopefully that's not our center rotation. My God, that'd be terrible. And is not better than Holmes. Wait, Mavericks, not Raptors. He just get paid? Who got paid? Okay, so what's 2 minutes ago? Yeah. So what is happening with Tristan Thompson then? Who knows? Like, nobody really knows, right? People are mad about Alex Len. Yeah, if we can get Josh Hart, that'd be solid. Like, that'd be good. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's no deals for. Yeah, like I would have got the text already. Derek Higgs, or what? he got paid. Holmes, Metu, Tristan Thompson, Alex Len, and Nemias. That's not a lot of centers. I like what the Kings are doing. They are choosing their identity. You have to get stops, rebound, and allow the guards to get out in transition. It's a good point by Derek Higgs there. Fake tweet, yeah. That's a fake tweet. I would know right now, like, if you agreed to that, bro. I'll probably break it on here, like, because I'm probably going to get a tweet. Or a text, sorry. That's not true. 3-year 54, no. Will you tell us what the good news for the Kings was once Holmes news breaks? Yeah. I'll let you guys know. He got played. It was a fake account. I fell for it. Bulls near. Wow. Are they really? Evan Fournier to the Knicks. Let me see. Let's see. Who said that? Well, here we go. Whoa, sheesh. Evan got 4 years, $78 million by the Knicks. That's an overpay, bro. That's a lot of money for him. I like him, but that's a lot of money for him. I'm sorry. That is a ton. Like a ton of money. That is a ton of money for him. Wow. Deal includes a team option. Okay. So it's really a 3-year deal. Damn, that's a lot of cash, bro. Bro. Think about that. Like, that is a lot of cash. That's $19.5 million per year in New York. Oh, boy. Wow. That is nuts. Well, that is crazy. Okay. Nah, man, I get it. I'm just tired of us having to overpay for players that wouldn't typically start on winning teams. If Holmes would just take $13 million a year. Like, that's the thing, too, about the whole Rashawn Holmes conversation. I don't agree with it either. He would start on so many teams. Like, on the Lakers, he'd start. He'd start right next to Anthony Davis, and that would be a menace of a duel. Like, that'd be phenomenally so good. Like, that'd be so good. I'm going over, like, the contenders. He would guaranteed start on the Nets. Guaranteed. Oh, my gosh. James Harden, Rashawn Holmes, in the pick and roll, defensively, he would erase a lot of their mistakes. 2 contenders there. Okay. You're like, oh, it's 2 for 2. Raptors, no doubt. 3 for 3. Not a contender. Homie has a link to them. He would start on so many teams, bro. Like the Hornets, like before they traded for Plumlee and they drafted Kai Jones. Guaranteed he starts. What are you overpaying for? That's what his market is. He's a starting center. Whether or not he comes off the bench. I mean, he's coming off the bench in Philadelphia because there's an MVP there. He's coming off the bench in Denver because, well, there's an MVP there. Where else is he coming off the bench? Coming off the bench probably in Miami because there's Bam, a better version of him. But there's a lot of teams where he would start. Like, make no mistake about it. He'd start in Boston. Stop it. Nicholas Batum. Okay, that's the other one, right? Nicholas Batum has signed a 2-year deal to return to the Clippers. Okay. He liked it there. They had a good run with him, playing small ball 5. A lot, actually. So they like that. Okay. That deal is nuts. Like, that deal is nuts. 4 years, 78, $19.5 million? Hell no. Holmes deserves to get paid. Ain't his fault we have no cash because Vladdy locked us up into cap space hell. Instead of Nurkic. Oh, for sure. Like, they love to start him. Like, he'd be a great fit. Because, again, Dame's not a good defender. Yeah, I mean, some people are Lakers so interested in Buddy. Like, how they gonna get to Buddy though? For them to get Buddy, they would have to include. It would be a four team trade. I don't see that happening. So, the Kings and Alex Len have agreed to a 2-year, $7.65 million deal. That was from Michael Scotto. Should have been the minimum. That's a lot, bro. That's $4 million. So that's 4.5. About $9 million right there, bro. Whoa. Okay. There it is. It's a 2-year, $7.65 million deal for him. Let me put that on IG real fast. Right. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think, though, man. I hate these little, like, fake accounts. They're like, oh, man, I made $21,000 in a few days. Like, what? Dude, I don't give a... You know what? Dude, tomorrow... Summer League Classic, California Classic in Sacramento, California. We got the Kings, the Lakers, the Warriors, and the Miami Heat. Should be fun tomorrow. It should be fun tomorrow, right? How's everybody doing? Again, we'll go over all the deals that have happened today. Yeah. It's wild right now. Okay, so let's go over all the deals, right? All right. A lot of deals that happened today, bro. A day ago, so it all started with Lonzo Ball. So the first deal was Lonzo Ball, 4-year sign and trade, $85 million deal to the Bulls. Great move by the Bulls, love it. Then Alec Burks signed a 3-year, $30 million, so $10 million per season. And then they signed their own guy, and Nerlens Noel as well. So that's a 3-year, $32 million deal. So it's very similar deals, both under $11 million. Then Jarrett Allen agreed to a 5-year, $100 million deal. Kelly Olynyk, which was surprising, but not really when you truly evaluate it and you break it down, which is a 3-year, $37. So just think about it this way: if Olynyk got 3 years, $37 million, you think Rashawn Holmes not gonna get that money? Come on, man, stop it. Mike Conley, 3 years, $72. Sham said it was $68. We'll see what the final number is, but it's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Tim Hardaway Jr., 4 years, $74 million deal. That's what you pay for these guys nowadays, man. Like, that's what you pay. Derrick Rose just signed a 3-year, $43 million deal to return to the Knicks. So they're returning their guys. They lost Reggie Bullock, but yeah, they're using a lot of cap space on their own role players, which is kind of funny, actually. Again, the cap numbers is $112.4 million for the salary cap, and for the luxury tax, it's $136.6. TJ McConnell signed a 4-year, $35.2. That's a lot of money, but Pacers love him. It kind of makes sense. And then Kyle Lowry did a sign and trade to go to the Heat on a 3-year deal. Duncan Robinson signed a 5-year, $90 million deal to stay with the Heat. Torrey Craig signed a 2-year, $10 million deal with the Pacers. That's a good deal. That's solid. Chris Paul signed a 4-year, $120 million deal. That is crazy. But again, he had all the leverage. The Suns had to do it. Like, they had no choice, right? And Kyle Lowry was a 3-year, $90 million deal. That is nuts for Kyle Lowry, bro. That's a lot of money. Jeff Green signed a 2-year, $10 million deal with the Nuggets. A good move for the Nuggets. Mo Harkless signed a 2-year, $9 million deal with the Kings. That's a good deal for the Kings. Marjanovic, big boy. Boban signed with the Mavericks. McDermott signed a 3-year, $42. I would have loved for the Kings to get that deal. Oh, jeez. That would have been a great deal for the Kings. But it's a great deal for the Spurs. So 3 years, $42 million for Dougie McBuckets. Furkan Korkmaz, great deal. 3-year, $15 million deal. $5 million per season for a nice role player off the bench. It's a great deal for the Sixers. Zach Collins, which I love, if he can ever get healthy. And it's not a matter of skill for him. It's a matter of being healthy. And he signed a 3-year, $22 million deal with the Spurs. Another solid get for the Spurs. Man, they're getting good players and good deals, bro. Mike Muscala, 2 years, $7 million deal. Trevor Ariza, 1-year deal with the Lakers. Doesn't matter. Gary Trent Jr., 3 years, $54 million, bro. That's a lot. Like, that's good. That's good for him. And then 3 years is a player option for him. So 54 divided by 3, it's $18 million per season, bro. He got paid. Dwight Howard's returning to the Lakers. That's good for the Lakers, I guess, or AD, because AD hates to play center, which he's best at center. Funny thing. Solomon Hill returning to the Hawks on a 1-year deal. And Evan is going to the Knicks on a 4-year, $78 million. That's an awful contract. That's a bad contract. Here we go. Alex Caruso, 4 years, $37 million with the Bulls. Wow. Shout out to Caruso, baby. That's my guy. He's a hell of a basketball player. He's a good basketball player. 9.25 per season. 9.25 per season for Alex, the GOAT Caruso. So far, the Knicks have kept Derrick Rose, Nerlens Noel, Alec Burks, and added Evan Fournier from the Boston Celtics. What are the Celtics doing is my question. They got a new GM, and they ain't done nothing. Because they can't even get a deal done with the Kings. What is going on? Like, what is going on? Wow. Okay. Let me see. How's everybody doing, by the way? Go to the Bulls. Cruise to the Bulls. Hey, man, if y'all watching this, make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe. Come on. Let's get the likes up, bro. Come on, guys. Come on, y'all. I appreciate that. Let's get them likes up. Hey, Leo, where can I get rapid COVID test so I can get into the Golden One Center? There's one off of West Sacramento. It's close to the Golden One Center. It's about 10 minutes out. I don't know the name. I don't remember, bro. I'm vaccinated. I did do that, though, when I went to my only Kings game when they came back for a few weeks. But it was close to the arena. I went on Kings.com, and they had the rapid testing there. So go on Kings.com, and you might be able to look for one. Bobby Mark said the Kings still have a 9.5 trade exception. That's interesting. What's the money on Len? Len is almost 8, 7.65 million from Rapscott, Dragic, and Precious Achua in the sign and trade. Yep. It was so they opted into the 19.5 player option, right? For Dragic to then make that work for Kyle Lowry. So good for them. What's up with the Kings? Oh, not here signing players, bro. They're going crazy. They got Len, 2 years, $7.65 million. That's a hell of a. I can't even lie, bro. Like, back up. What are the chances TD doesn't even come to Kings, especially with Alex Len signing? Who knows? Like, who knows what happens there? Like, I'd rather have Alex Len than Tristan Thompson, though. 100% rather have Alex Len. Like, 100%. Like, that's not even a question, bro. Like, that is a fact. Like, I much rather have him than Tristan Thompson. Lonzo Ball and Alex Caruso are together again. Yeah. Good players. Good players, man. What could the Kings do realistically via trade, not including Holmes? I don't know if they do I don't think they'll do a sign and trade with Holmes to the Raptors. I don't think that. It would be dope, but I don't think that. Do you think these bigger deals make the Buddy contract a bit more appetizing to teams, similar to how the Barnes deal looked better over time? Do you think Buddy may have more value at the deadline? Well, Buddy got $5 million more than all the guys from last year and all the guys from this year, right? And the reason why he got $5 million more was because he plays in Sacramento. And if you add the California tax, and then if you add playing for the Kings, that right there is death in itself. So you kind of have to overpay $5 million more. But Buddy is worth $18 million per season. Like, no doubt about it. Buddy Hield is worth $18 million per season at the bare minimum, right? And then from there, it just fluctuates on what market you're in, what can you offer him, and the way the Kings, at the time, after coming off his best season, that was what it was, you know? Could we see your dog, Leo? Oh, man, he's somewhere in there. I'll bring him in a little bit. Come on, man, give me some more likes. Get the puppy in here. But then I'm about to kick him out because, yeah, he's going to bite all my equipment. Can't have that, bro. Same, bro. Alex Len fits the team so much better. Not to mention the money. Exactly. The Caruso playing in Sacramento. The curse of playing in Sacramento. Let's see what Bobby Marks. Let's check out what Bobby Marks is saying. Let's see what Bobby Marks is. Okay, here we go. Bobby Marks. Let's see what Bobby Marks is saying. Let me show you guys what Bobby Marks is saying. That's a nice graphic. Check that. Slightly below the 9.5 million starting number of okay. Mid-level exception, okay. New York right at $7 million in room, including the $10 million hold on Derrick Rose. That is crazy, dude. Trent Jr. got paid, bro. My boy got $18 million per season. You know who else? Have we heard of Powell yet? I don't know if we have or not. Let's see. Gary Trent has a $4.7 million cap hole, and the Raptors can take advantage before they sign him to a contract. Spurs really go outside of the family when signing players out of contracts that exceeded $10 million. Last two were LaMarcus Aldridge and Pau Gasol. Let me see. Sacramento has non-bird rights on Harkless and were allowed to sign him to 120% off his $3.6 million salary in 2021. The Kings still have their $9.5 mid-level exception available. But was that before Alex Len, right? I think that was. I think that was, bro, to be honest with you. Do you think Doug Christie has something to do with who we drafted in our free agency signing so far? I don't. I don't think that at all. We still wanting Ben Simmons. Yes, we need Ben Simmons. We need Ben Simmons. It's not gonna happen because these guys are acting like they want, like he's James Harden or something, which he's not. But you're not getting 4 first-round picks for him. Sorry. Yeah, man. So far, that's what we have, huh? All right. So I might bring the dog in right now. Stay tuned. I'm gonna take a little break again. Let's keep playing that interview, right? And we'll go from there.
Davion, he sets the tone when he steps on the floor.
I'll be back and we'll take a tinkle.
With his basketball knowledge. Kind of challenged him the other day to be more vocal, be a leader, and understand that you have that platform just to lead and pull the group together. But when he steps on the floor, he's just so strong and fast. He makes a difference. He makes an impact in the game right away just because of how he defends and the things that he do. Still learning how to be a point guard in this league, but that'll come easily. But he's competitive. You know, when you're a competitive guard and you got toughness, I think that kind of goes a long way. And Kata, he's starting to figure out. He just got back on the court 5-on-0. So he kind of did that for the first time today. And then we'll still evaluate to see where he goes. But he looked really good trying to get down the offense and get down the defensive concepts. So hopefully we'll see him in Vegas.
Next, we'll go to Tony Harvey.
And how you doing, Bobby? Congratulations, man. You've been with the organization for what, 21, 22 years, and they brought you along really sweet and well, man. So I appreciate that coming from the organization. I know you've been through a couple administrations, but you held your own. But anyway, get back to Neemias Queta. What is it? We know about the defensive things that he could do, and I know it's still early. How does he look thus far with his offensive skills?
I think he's behind because he didn't do anything on the first couple of days. And
you guys asked for the dog?
And for me, bigs, it takes bigs a little bit longer to figure and grasp the offensive concepts of what we're trying to do.
On the biggest
So we
day of
threw
the
a
summer.
lot of offensive stuff at him. And
He's
again, we're
actually
trying
a dog,
to keep it
like
simple
a
as
real
possible,
dog. You know how
so
we
we
say
can give them a lot of success.
Well, this
so
man
they gotta
is
be
a dog,
thinking where I gotta go, what I gotta do.
And he's tough.
So we're trying to shorten the playbook and limit
yeah,
that. But he's great.
Instagram.
I think with the time that he gets, and the more practice he gets, he's definitely a cerebral guy. He's always in the huddles.
The cattle
he's
dog,
watching the plays that we're drawing
Make sure you
up.
screen record
he's
this.
always encouraging,
and you send this to me.
So
and
I think
tag
he'll be
me on
fine
Instagram.
once he gets into
We'd really
the
appreciate that, guys.
5-on-5
We
aspect
love
of it.
King
But
the cattle dog.
I envision him being a rebounder.
We love this little kid.
A shot blocker.
He's been a really good puppy so far.
And being able to protect the paint and finish around the rim. I think he won't have any problems doing that.
Yep.
I don't know if you was in that
Well,
station.
that's going to do it, y'all, because this is his prime time debut. He's kind of like, what am I doing? What am I doing? What are they doing to me? Hey,
type of intel.
You're nervous.
Information
it's okay,
on
baby.
Him, before he was drafted.
I mean, he came out. He
follow
came
him
and worked out for us. And
King
was
the
very
Cattle Dog
impressive
on
in our workout.
Instagram. Make sure you tag us with your phones right now. We'd really appreciate that. You got to get us following up, man.
In the workout.
Because
I look forward to working
this
with
little
him,
man got to get sponsored.
There's
already like
deals.
If
he comes to the G League, which he probably will be
potentially. They're like, oh, we got to get you following up so we can send you free stuff.
But I think
follow
with
this
any
little
young
boy,
guy coming
man. He's a good kid.
King
the Cattle Dog. Thank you guys so much,
and
man.
Adapt and teach them things that they haven't seen in college. I think that's the huge thing. Just being a sounding board, being a great coach, allowing them to grow and develop, but also pushing them to the max that they need to get to be successful. And they will get that, when they come up to the G League. And it's just, the love of the game that I have, the love that I have for the game. And so I want to see all these guys be successful, but we got to figure out how to do it the right way.
We'll take 2 more questions.
we are back at it again. How's everybody doing, bro? You talking over Bobby? How y'all doing, man? 45. Let's get the likes up, man. If you like King the Cattle Dog, make sure you follow him on Instagram at King the Cattle Dog. Hey, man. He's a good dog. He is a good dog, okay? He is a good dog. So that's what Bobby Marks said. Again, to recap what he said, this is assuming, I'm assuming this is before the Alex Len. They still had their 9.5 mid-level exception available to them. Lonzo and Caruso going to be a deadly combo, the GOATs. Yeah. How y'all doing, man? Oh, goodness gracious. All right, let's see. See what they're saying on Twitter, bro. Toronto and Rashawn Holmes on mutual interest. Kings are offering $460. Acquire moving joggers to clear the cap. Must be in 4 years 50 because the Kings cannot offer 4 years 60. Laker fans watching Caruso leave. That's funny. That is funny. New info on rumors have been floating around. Neither Spencer Dinwiddie nor Norman Powell to the Mavs will happen. Patty Mills to the Nets is not very likely, with league sources saying that the Lakers and Warriors are making a run at the longtime Spurs vet. Patty Mills makes sense for the Lakers, for sure. Avery Bradley is also someone Lakers are looking at again. Makes sense. The Warriors are interested in Patty Mills. Yeah, so far not much has happened. It's gone a little bit dead right now. Caruso, Levine, Lonzo, Pat, Vooch, Thad, Kobe, Io. Oh, they got him? I didn't even know they had DeSumo on there. Troy Brown, Lord signed trade candidate. It's a good team, bro. Bulls have a good team. You guys get a second dog or cat. No cats. That's a guarantee. No cats. Second dog, maybe one day. I don't know. I never thought I'd have one dog, to be honest with you. And it was a 4th of July weekend, right? Went to LA, go visit my wife's grandparents, and came back with a dog. Like, her grandpa breeds Australian cattle dogs, so they're so cute, as you guys saw. Like, he's big, he's growing substantially bigger every single week, it seems like, but he's such a good, cute, smart dog. He bites the hell out of your heels, a la he has other names like the healer dog, but I hope he gets out of that zone. Like, he breaks out of these bad habits of biting people, because his instincts are to cattle, like sheep, cows, etc. Like, he's a ranch dog, right? But we're taking him to classes. he took his first class yesterday, and then I'm gonna have him trained by like this lady who was a trainer for dogs who are show dogs. After this intro training class at Petco ends, then I'm gonna take it to this lady, right? I can't wait to see that, man, because I'm hoping that this dog is like a show dog, because he's super smart. Cameron Payne has agreed to re-sign with the Suns on a 3-year, $19 million deal, according to Chris Haynes. Okay. Yeah, it's a real good deal. It's a good deal for a backup who is very capable of starting on some nights for sure. Alex Caruso support for the Lakers defense. Yup. LeBron. He's upset. But that's what they like. They could have kept him and kept Buddy Hield, like, but they went for Russell Westbrook, which I think was a mistake. But hey, man, you live and you learn, right? Alex Caruso has so much clout. It's crazy. I mean, it's not that crazy, but it's kind of crazy, you know? JaVale McGee signed a 1-year deal with the Suns. That's a great move. McGee on a 1-year deal to the Suns is a great move. So what are the odds you place on Buddy and Bagley starting the year with the Kings? Like 10%. I think they'll both get moved eventually. How does the $9.5 million exception work for the Kings? Is it on the top of what is remaining under the cap? It's confusing right now because I don't know if they still have that with signing both players, right? They re-signed, what's his name? Mo Harkless, and then they signed. I think they used half of the mid-level exception, if I'm not mistaken. Like I think they did use half of it on Alex Len, because 7.65 over 2, that's almost 4. So they still got about half. Do you think Kevin Love could join the Warriors? No, I don't. There's no need for him there either. That's just a stupid contract to get a hold of. Like, why would you want that big contract, you know? It was confirmed at $9.5 million. Like right now? No, that wasn't Woj. That was Bobby Marks. We've gone over it like twice already. I think that was before the Alex Len deal. Let me see. Let me keep texting the home. I'm trying to get this scoop. Signed for the biannual exception. I think the biannual was 4.5, right? If I'm not mistaken. If I did my cap homework. I think so. What do you think we could get for Buddy and Bags? Hard to say right now, bro. I mean, if your goal is to sign Rashawn Holmes, then you're trying not to get many players back, right? Like, you're trying to clear space to sign Rashawn. Tones Burrito says, bro, your previous stream was hella short, bro. My bad, bro. We've been out here for an hour and 54, so almost 2 hours, brother. Pancho Lizarraga Banda Recodo, man. That's funny, bro. Are they coming to sack or what? The Mo Harkless deal left the Kings 9.5 million exception. Leo looks mad. Like, I'm not mad. What you mean, bro? I'm hella happy. But yeah, let me see. That's pretty much it, man. It's calmed down some. It has calmed down. I might just take a break, go eat something, and then if something happens to the Kings, then we come back. But as of right now, oh, Corey Joseph, breaking news. Corey Joseph signs a 2-year, $10 million deal with the Pistons. That's shocking. Wow. Good for him. Wow. That is shocking. Again, breaking news. McGee signs a 1-year deal with the Suns. That's nuts. That is crazy. Norman Powell. He's still a free agent. Okay. Yeah, man. I think yeah, guys. Thank you guys so much, man. I think I'm gonna go take a break, bro. Get some food because I'm starving. But yeah. On behalf of the entire Basketball Zone Cowbell Kingdom family, I'll see you guys very, very soon. Maybe about 30 minutes or so. And yeah, thank you guys.